Hey, I'm Joe, and welcome back to our series on ADAS calibrations featuring the Hunter ADAS link and the DAS 3000 Hunter rack that we'll use for our calibrations. Today we've been brought a 2019 Golf Alltrack, which is a little bit of an unusual vehicle. The entire front end was hit. They did not see any reason or any need to replace the front radar. It looked okay. They went ahead and reused it. But we know it was off the vehicle, and per Volkswagen requirements, anytime that's been removed, we're going to have to calibrate the cruise control system, that adaptive cruise control system that's watching how far the car is in front of you. So we're going to go through the calibration on that, again using our ADAS link and our DAS 3000 by Hunter, and show you those procedures. If you've watched some of our videos in the past, thanks for watching those, and if you're new to watching this series, keep watching. We got a lot more content that's going to keep coming out with different vehicles, different types of setups, so you can learn how to do these calibrations safely and effectively. Stay tuned, we'll get into this calibration. So we've got our VCI hooked up to our DLC already. We're going to go ahead and do our diagnostics and begin the calibration procedure of our front radar. Select Diagnostics. We're going to auto ID the VIN. And this is a Volkswagen Golf Alltrack S. I did look that up to verify that it was. So we're going to select that, and it's asking us to cycle the ignition. Okay, we're in our diagnostic screen. We have a host of options here, but we are going to go into ADAS calibration here on the bottom that's starred. We have two choices at this point, camera or front-facing radar. This vehicle is equipped with a front-facing camera, but nothing was done with the windshield. That was intact. It was not serviced, moved, or the position changed, so we don't have to worry about that one. We do know, again, that that front-facing radar was removed from the vehicle and reinstalled, which again triggers us to need to do a verification calibration, which we're going to do right now and walk through those steps. So I'm going to select front-facing radar. Right now the scan tool is just looking for the test available for this one. That's why I selected OK. And there it shows up as the ACC sensor adjustment, which is the one that we're going to perform right now. This is giving us a warning if we had an incorrect radio installed that it could damage the scan tool. This does have the factory radio, so we can select no, that it does not have that style radio. Just as in the past, and if you've watched any of our previous videos, you see that the DAS 3000 and the ADAS link from Hunter walk you through everything you need. Right in the beginning, it's going to tell you the tools that you're going to need, the equipment needed, and it's going to walk you through step by step. And we're going to go through that step by step so you can see how this is done. And you'll see on here the things that we need, which includes our rack, our targets for our rear wheels, and some other different components that you'll see us use while we do this. Required preconditions, key on, engine off, which we are, and our voltage is okay as well. Again, this function is used to calibrate the front radar sensor. We're going to press continue. If I press skip, it would just take us all the way without walking us step by step. But it is a good idea to go step by step so you can see how it's done, just as we have done in the past over and over again, so you can see each step of the way so you don't miss anything. Again, if this is performed when the sensor is reinstalled after removal, new sensor installed, the front bumper was removed or replaced. So far we're 2 out of 3 on those. Nearby parts are impacted. Again, now we're 3 out of 4. We don't have any DTCs right now, and alignment or suspension work has been performed. They said the alignment was checked and verified to be correct before they brought it over to me for the diagnostics and the actual calibration. And again, required preconditions are very important when it comes to ADAS calibrations. Vehicle must be on a level surface, which we are. Properly aligned, it is. I've got a good alignment done. Make sure front radar sensors correctly installed. As far as I know, they have been installed correctly, and that's why we're going to calibrate it. Make sure the radar sensor is not dirty. The radar sensor is located directly behind the Volkswagen emblem on the front of this vehicle. I already wiped it down to make sure. Didn't come far from the body shop, and it was a little bit rainy out, but I did go ahead and wipe that off. free of metal objects and remove all excess weight from the vehicle. Now you will notice this one does have a cargo topper on the actual roof rack itself. It is empty and the weight of that is extremely minimal, so we should be okay just leaving the shell on top of the car. So here's what we're going to need. We're going to get ready to start this, and it's going to have us position our ADAS link and start hooking up our cameras. Connect the camera to the laptop or tablet. Now if you remember, my cameras are down in each corner of these arms down here. And it came with our front radar distance that's already in here, 1200 millimeters, which is the factory specifications. I don't need to change anything on that, so I'm going to press continue. Now it's going to tell us to attach our wheel clamps with the reference boards to the left and right rear wheels. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. There are some bubble level indicators on those. Make sure that those are properly set as well. So we have attached our wheel clamps under our wheels with our reference boards. And it also asks us to attach the contact plate, which is currently on the front of our DAS 3000 stand already. So we can press continue. So now you're going to see right now what's going on is the actual ADAS link and the cameras are looking for the actual boards to make sure that they're in the reference position. And it's asking us now to push the DAS 3000 all the way to the bumper. The contact plate in the front must touch the bumper. And again, make sure you take a look at your cameras. Make sure you can fully see the reference board, that the cameras see those as well, that they're not distorted or any kind of debris on the actual boards itself. Everything looks good like that. I'm going to push this all the way to the bumper now. Nice and slow, and kind of center it with your emblem. I'm all the way in the position now. I can press continue. So now what it's asking us to do is place the DAS 3000 in the required position, which is going to have us moving it backwards. We have our target on our screen. We can go nice and slow, follow the diagram. It's going to have you put it exactly where it needs to go. It can be a little tricky, these last little centimeters you need. Once you've got the check mark in place, you can press continue. I've got the check mark, I'm in position. Now go ahead and use your brakes and lock the DAS 3000 and remove the contact plate. So here was our contact plate. Nice, and we won't damage the bumper when we touch it with this, and that's another really nice feature of that. So we've got that out of our way right now. We're locked into position. I'm going to press continue. All right, now it's going to tell us to install our target board and our board hanger, which is the R on the side of my machine. I've got the R right here. This is what I need. And I'm going to be attaching it to the front with my target board vertically, and we're going to center it and lock it into place. Okay, my board is in position. We're going to press continue at this point. We're going to center the dual board by sliding horizontally to the left or right on the lower crossbar to get it centered. There's an arrow on the board which you can see, and that's where we're going to line it up with, and it's currently in place right now. We'll press continue on that. Next is asking to make sure that our target board is level. Using our tilting level or tilting arm right here This screws in and out. We're going to check it on the bubble level over here and verify that we're nice and level, the board's straight up and down. It will affect the calibration if it's not. So make sure you take the time to make sure it's level. We have it set, we're level now, and we'll press continue. Now it's asking us to remove the scan tool from the platform, disconnect our USB, and step away from the calibration area. At this point, the calibration has completed successfully. As always, it is important to test drive the vehicle and verify the operation of the system before returning the vehicle to the customer. But what would happen if the calibration failed? What would be a good diagnostic approach? Well, stay tuned for the next video where we go over a failed calibration on this same Volkswagen. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.